Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of My Butler along Yonekura Shohei's route. We are on chapter 4 with him, I Want You to Be Mine, and he seems to be going soft on us. He's not maintaining that tough facade with us all the time anymore. Which I kind of miss. I don't want you to go soft, I want you to stay tough and teasing. Well, it was rather sweet that we were lost in the dark in the mansion and he came for us when we were yelling his name. Alright, well, let's see how this chapter goes. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Dirili.
Yonekura held me tightly and wouldn't let go. He held me so tightly that it became difficult to breathe. My head was spinning.
I was looking for you, Dirili. Don't go off on your own like that.
What? I'm glad he came to look for me, but he doesn't have to say stuff like that. Let go of me, Yonekura. I'm free to go wherever I want, aren't I?
No.
What?
You're not free. You're my possession.
Oh, I like that kind of talk. His tone was serious and different than usual. What? I tried to resist him, but he gripped my hand even harder. He pushed my head into his big sturdy chest.
I was worried about you, Dirili.
Oh. I can hear his heartbeat. It was pounding outrageously fast. Was he really worried about me? Yonekura. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine as long as you understand. And I'm sorry too.
Huh?
Even though I'm your butler, I left you alone.
He sincerely sounded regretful. In addition, he gently caressed my head with his big hand. He really did worry about me. Oh, it's so strange. Even though I'd been so worried a little while ago, when he hugs me like this, my worries just disappear. I didn't know how long I'd stay inside Yonekura's arms. I'm okay now, and completely calm. Thanks, Yonekura. After a while longer, I slowly separated myself from him.
Are you sure? That's fine if that's the case.
Before I knew it, Yonekura turned back into his butler persona and gently smiled at me.
But a master that worries about our butler, you might be in need of a little punishment.
Huh? I was shocked and looked up at Yonekura without thinking. Oh, just like I thought, he's back to his usual self. He grinned confidently and held his hand out to me. He stopped suddenly. Yonekura? What's wrong? What? Why is he blushing? Why did he make that face when he looked at me? We both changed our postures and looked at each other naturally. It's kind of like we're lovers gazing into each other's eyes. Yonekura? Yonekura looked a little flustered as he looked at me, but he stretched his hand out and pinched my lips together. What? Why'd you do that? Are you shutting me up? You don't like me calling your name? He was holding my lips together with all his might. Ouch!
Okay, your punishment is over.
Huh? That's it? Yonekura would usually thoroughly embarrass me verbally and by touching me.
Let's go back, Miss Dirili.
Yeah. It was a little anticlimactic as I followed Yonekura after he turned around and started walking away.
Miss Dirili, were you alright during the blackout just now? Apparently there was an accident nearby that caused the temporary blackout.
Oh, Kakurozaka and Kirishima.
Oh, I'm so glad. We were worried and started searching for you, Miss Dirili.
Kira and Kamisaki as well. They were all worried about me and started to look for me. Yeah, I'm fine. I scratched myself, but that's it.
A scratch?
Oh yeah, a moment ago I accidentally broke a vase and cut my hand on it.
You're bleeding, Miss Dirili.
Yeah, but the blood stopped flowing already.
Blood?
Huh? Kamisaki?
You injured Dirili. Miss Dirili, Yonekura.
Kamisaki? No, I was separated from him and that's when I got cut.
Please, show me where your cut is.
Yonekura's face changed and he lifted my hand up.
It's a pretty deep cut. Why didn't you say anything sooner?
Yonekura didn't care if he got blood on him and used his shirt sleeve to put pressure on my wound.
Yonekura, what is the meaning of this? You separated yourself from Miss Dirili?
No, actually, I ran away from him. It's my fault. Oh. I looked at Kagerozaka as he asked Yonekura with a stern expression. Yonekura and I looked into each other's eyes. Telling nothing had happened. Nothing worth talking about happened between us. I'd just gotten lost inside the mansion. The stuff that had happened in the greenhouse. I don't want to tell anyone about the kisses on my neck or the marks he'd left there. Not to mention he had come searching for me without delay.
At any rate, it's a fact that he separated himself from you.
No, I ran away. I should at least say that. I could come up with some excuse for that, but at least say I ran away. It is my fault. The separation part, that is.
Not to mention, you had hurt yourself in that time frame. As her butler, that's a problem, isn't it, Yonekura?
Huh? Yonekura would usually talk back to Kira, but today he said nothing. Yonekura?
Letting your master get injured is an error that a butler must never commit.
We can't turn our heads from this, as Mr. Dirili was entrusted to us. Wait a second, everyone. I'm at fault because I left on my own. Yes, tell the truth. Didn't I just tell you that I'm the one who ran away from Yonekura? He's not at fault, I am.
That's not the problem, Mr. Dirili.
Kirishima, who'd always been so playful, looked at me with a stiff expression on his face.
Now that this has happened, it's best if Yonekura steps down from being Mr. Dirili's butler.
Yes, that's true. I was thinking the same. Huh? Yonekura's going to step down from being my butler?
You have anything to say about this, Yonekura?
It wasn't apparent if Kira's words were sincere or sarcastic, but Yonekura finally raised his head.
I don't care.
He doesn't care?
Whatever happens to me is up to Dirili. Do whatever you want.
Yonekura. Yonekura quickly turned around and went off somewhere. Even he's got it hard. Kagerozaka softened up and looked a little worried as he sighed. To us, Yonekura is also a guest Madame Eiko has entrusted us with, but Kirishima and I were ordered to always put you first, Mr. Dirili. Kagerozaka. I know Kagerozaka and Kirishima really care about me a lot, but...
Mr. Dirili, Yonekura said it himself. Please decide on what we should do with him.
Okay. Then Kirishima and I will be excusing ourselves as we have dinner preparations to take care of. Could you help us, Kamisaki?
Sure.
Kira, we'll leave you to take care of Mr. Dirili's injury.
Roger that. Please leave it to me.
Kagerozaka, Kirishima, and Kamisaki went toward the dining hall. Kira was the only one left in the room with me.
Mr. Dirili, I'm going to attend to your wound, so please sit down.
Okay. Kira brought out a first aid kit and sat me down in a chair.
Please lend me your hand, Mr. Dirili.
He knelt down on his knees and carefully put medicine on my wound. Ow!
Oh, pardon me. Does it sting?
Yeah, a little. Yonekura put his mouth around the fingertip that had been poked by a rose thorn, and he had licked the blood off of it. I unconsciously started to look at my finger. Huh? I suddenly heard Kira chuckle and look down. My eyes met with Kira as he looked up at me with an awkward smile on his face.
Oh, I can't believe you're making that face. Are you in love with Yonekura?
Huh? What's up with him all of a sudden?
You're so easy to read. You and Yonekura really aren't honest with yourselves.
Kira chuckled as he spoke.
Why don't you try talking to him about his real feelings? He's irresponsible, he flirts, and I have no idea what he's thinking, but he's someone that really listens when you talk to him seriously.
Kira?
Well, that's why I don't get along with him.
He chuckled one last time and smiled awkwardly again before standing up.
Okay, it's all done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kira contentedly smiled at me as he stood up straight with nice posture.
Please take a moment to seriously think about what I just said.
He gave me a mischievous wink as he told me that. Kira put away the first aid kit and left. What he just said. Is he trying to tell me that I should try speaking with Yonekura about his true feelings? I knew he would be here. I just had a feeling. Standing in the center of the greenhouse, Yonekura was looking at the flowers absent-mindedly. I slowly came toward him. Yonekura? Yonekura stiffened up for a second.
Dirili.
He slowly turned around toward me.
Hey, Miss Dirili. You came to tell me that you're dismissing me as your butler, right?
He's wearing that perfect butler mask again. Yonekura, can you tell me about your true feelings?
Huh?
Yonekura opened his eyes up wide and looked surprised. Why did you do that back there? Was it fun, teasing me and toying with me?
What?
Yonekura looked at me blankly. He started to look more displeased the more he looked at me.
I didn't mean to tease you. It's just, when I look at you, I have urges to touch you and kiss you. I want to make you mine. I did what I wanted to do to you. That's all there is to it.
Would you do that to anyone? Would you do these things to anyone? Would you think the same things too?
Dummy. I'm not woman hungry enough to lay my hands on every girl I see. I only thought about doing those things with you.
What? Yonekura bent over and suddenly came closer to my face. His eyes were sharp like a wild beast as they stared into mine. Yonekura?
I've been interested in you ever since the beginning. From the start, Kamisaki had been really into you, and it piqued my interest. But now Kira and Kamisaki don't matter. I want to touch you. I want to kiss you. I want to hold you and mess you up.
My cheeks blushed after hearing his blunt words.
Oh, how do you feel?
Huh?
You wanted to talk about our true feelings, right? Spit it out.
He gazed at me so closely that our lips were almost touching. I feel the same way. I feel the same way about you, Yonekura.
Dirili. Don't tell me it's the same. Say it properly with your own words.
Yonekura, I want to touch you, kiss you, and be held by you. My words were broken, but I was somehow able to say them.
Good girl.
Yonekura looked at me with terribly kind eyes.
Words and logic don't matter at all. Both of us feel the same way, don't we?
My heartbeat quickened in reaction to his inviting smile and passionate voice.
You came just in time. I just found something good. This is for you.
Yonekura held out a branch with a cute little yellow flower petal on it. This is...
It's a plumeria. Do you know what this flower represents?
Its meaning?
It means, kiss me.
Kiss me? The instant I repeated his words, Yonekura shut my lips with his. I couldn't breathe and opened my thin lips. Yonekura's tongue slipped in through the cracks.
You don't have to make that kind of voice just from a kiss. I won't be able to stop myself.
I can't believe you said that. I can't breathe. He finally took his lips away. I couldn't stand up any longer and clung to Yonekura's chest.
Dirili. Shoot, you're too cute.
A chuckle slipped out of his mouth as he whispered those words into my ear.
Can I do some more?
Some more what? Yonekura took the red ribbon within his reach and... And what? What are you doing with that ribbon? What are you going to do with that ribbon? I kind of have a bad feeling about this. I don't. I have a good feeling about this.
So, what do you want me to do, Miss Dirili?
Yonekura put the ribbon in his mouth and... he lightly extended it. I don't really want you to do anything else.
Liar.
I'm not lying.
Really? Then I'll change your mind. I'm thinking about binding your body so you can't move.
Why?
That's just how men naturally desire to take control over things.
Yonekura skillfully wrapped the ribbon around one hand and looked down at me.
Your lips aren't enough. I want to engrave myself into you. That's what my manly instincts are telling me to do.
Even if you say that...
I'm sure it'll look good on you. I've chosen a color that'll look pretty on your skin.
Yonekura...
I want to tie you up with this and love you wildly.
He looked serious, Could I be in big danger? I'd felt his passionate stare the first time we'd met. He was like a wild beast watching his prey. Yonekura? He suddenly burst into laughter. At the same time, the dangerous air I'd felt had completely disappeared.
Sorry, you were just too charming. I couldn't help but tease you.
Huh?
But I see. A maddening passion. I learned a lot today.
You were teasing me? You're horrible.
Sorry, but thanks for invoking that emotion in me.
Invoking that emotion? Does that mean... I guess he really is a dangerous person. Ah, why did he stop? Although I guess it's too early for that anyway. Alright, well, I gotta stop for the night because it's way, way too late. I know I didn't get that much done, but that's because I spent all day today doing Office Lovers, trying to finish that up. Anyway, I really need to sleep. Hope to see you all in my next video or any of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.